Greetings. Welcome to another episode of Just Joe Thoughts. I'm your host, Joe. You know what? I hate it. Let me not say hate, right? I really dislike when I'm talking to a black woman, to a sister, and she said things such as, you know what, this is not the 1940s, 1950s. We got degrees now, we got jobs, we're making our way for ourselves. And the first thing that comes to my mind is, you're black, right? When in the history of America that black women did not work, where they were housewives? When? You're black, right? Yet you're buying into this modern feminist idea of we're moving on up, we're doing this, we're doing that. Look, black woman, your struggle is also the black man's struggle. Whether you agree with it or not, and if you don't agree with it, that's because you're conditioned, you're brainwashed to accept a worldview that is not even your own. You forgot about your grandmothers and what they had to go through, your great-grandparents, what they had to go through. They have always worked. And as a people, we had to work together. Okay? As a black people, we had to definitely work together and stick together. So I really dislike it when black women today bring up the 1950s. We in the year 2020s. Like, talk to your grandparents. If they're still alive, talk to them. Ask them how it was in the 1950s. Talk to them. Because black women have always worked. Black men have always worked. We always had to work together. Now all of a sudden, I need a man to make over six figures. The average men make around 50 to 60,000. The average men. And they're building this nation. Yet, you want $100,000 dude. Guess what? You're competing with many other women out there. You're buying into this modern feminist idea to boost your ego up, to think that now men and women are at equal levels. No, we are complementary to each other, but we're not equal. We are complementary to each other. We are not equal. There is no future without women. And there is no world without men. The men build this world, and the women give it a future. We complement each other. And as black men and black women, our struggle is our struggle. The feminist movement was not made for us. This was white women complaining about white men. And the feminist movement was created by white men in order to get women in the workforce, more people to tax. It's about capitalism. That's the foundation of modern feminism, is about capitalism. That's why you feel that it is important to have your career over family. As if that is something new, when in reality, as a black woman, you've always had to work. There's always been black women in the colleges and universities, especially the HBCUs. So why make it a big deal? Most educated. What the hell does that mean? You're the most educated. Yet we have not been improving in our struggles. We're not. We're in fact fighting one another. Black men against black women. And who benefits from this? Of course, capitalism. You think you're better because you have your degree. You're actually made to think that you're better because you have your degree. That's not what it's about. That's not what life's supposed to be about. This struggle, everything that we go through, we're supposed to do it together. We're supposed to have each other's backs. We should not be competing with one another. And that's what modern feminism has done. It has forced you to want to compete against your men. And many of you are blaming your men as being the problem for your condition. And the only reason why is because you're conditioned to do so. You're conditioned to think that way. You're not even thinking for yourself. You're following somebody else's plan. You're following somebody else's ideas. And you have made it become your own. You have made it become your struggle. And who's suffering? You want to know who's really suffering? Your children. They're the ones suffering. You're forgetting about them. What about the children? What about your kids? We're not allowing ourselves to be in peaceful union with one another, and we're competing with one another. And then your black man is not enough for you because he's not making 6 figures. And who suffers? The children. Understand your power, women. Yes, you're very, very powerful, but you seem to think that you're not. You're extremely powerful. You are the foundation of civilization. But one thing you must understand, that you are nothing without the man. Who's going to protect you? Many of you complain that black men don't protect black women. I beg to differ. That is definitely not true. Because I know many black men who protect their black women. And many women who will tell you that their black man protect them. But yet, as soon as we turn on the television, as soon as we turn on social media, black men don't protect black women. This is the BS narrative that is being spread. So we don't see the many positive black men that are positive forces in our community. We ignore them. We act as if they don't exist. And that's because we're conditioned to that. And then your voice is loud. Yes, black women, you have a loud voice. It's a beautiful voice. We must accept that. Of course it is. However, you do have a loud voice. And you must understand that your voice is powerful. But yet, you tend to misuse your powerful voice. You misuse it in the way in which you suffer. And in ways in which you mismanage your blessings. Understand that. Understand your power. Many of you don't. Just your thoughts. Peace.